Hey there, guys. We are back with our 10th hangout. It's amazing we've done 10 of these now, actually. The Johnson's Live Weekly Nerd Chat number 10. And as always, I am joined by my good friend and co host on this series, Eugene Johnson. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. I hope everybody had a great week. Just getting prepared for my girlfriend to be moving in next month. So,
Yeah. Oh, so that'd be good.
yep. Yeah, she's planning on moving in sometime in June. So getting everything ready for her and her son to be here, so we can have a lot more stuff to do.
A question here.
Already?
The Upright 8 Beast. So, they say, how many subscribers do you expect to have by the end of the year? I'll let you go first with that one, and then I'll try and give an answer after.
Well, that's you know I've got a few subscribers after doing this chat. Started this chat with James. I've got a lot more subscribers, but I mean, so far it's stayed around 50. So I mean,
It's a
I'd like.
shame. I shot up to like just over 100 now, and I think subscribers that if they like your content or if you get a shout out from someone, you're bound to get an extra subscriber, and I think that that's the good way of getting more subs is to get a shout out from someone.
Yep. I
Um,
mean,
but if somebody just sort of comes across your channel and enjoys what you do, like reviews or pickups or whatever you base your channel up on, and people like that, then you'll get subscribers anyway. But it's
mhm,
always good that if you get a shout out, that's like that's like an extra sort of thing. That if you want to get more subscribers that way.
yeah.
And we've got Ashley here now saying, "Hiya guys, how are you both?
How you
I
doing,
promise
Ashley?
no, I promise no sagging jokes."
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
But I'm doing pretty good, Ashley. Hopefully you doing good. I know we kind of had a controversial week with some stuff, but other than
Yeah,
that,
I know from Ashley's
yeah.
video as well. So,
So,
but,
but I
this is
mean,
a happy time. This is a bit of a fun
yeah,
time. So
this is the happy time, but we just want you to know that yes, we're 100% behind you, Ashley.
we are, yeah.
So,
And if you have any questions, Ashley, please ask us some stuff on here.
but yeah, the subscribers at the end of the year, I'd love to have about 100.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I do unboxings and all that stuff, but plus I got saved playlists with bunch of music that people
yeah.
might enjoy. So, plus I'm working on starting to do guitar videos. I'm gonna do that when she gets moved in and everything. I'm gonna start doing maybe free lessons.
Be good.
So, yeah. So I mean, I'll break it down and teach, note for note.
Cool, we got the questions pouring in here. Hang on. Um, Marky, I can't even say that name much. You seem pretty cool, James. How many subscribers you on now? I can't really check at the moment. I know I'm up to somewhere in the hundreds.
And you're right, James is a
Um,
guy.
I can't really say exactly if I would to like look at them. With this page, I don't want to really go to my like YouTube
Yeah, your
page
YouTube
in
account.
case in case I lose this chat page, and I don't really want to do that. And so in case I lose everything here, but I
Yep.
think I'm in the hundreds.
Yeah, last time I went to your channel, I think you had 120,
Yeah,
125 maybe, something like that.
I hope you end up in the in 20s or something.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I tried my best, guys. I mean, I hope everybody enjoys it so far.
I mean, I've known you on here for like way past 4 years, I'd say.
Hmm.
And way back then when I first knew you on here, when we first did that Demons 2 trade and everything,
I think I had
um,
15
you
subscribers.
had you had a lot less subscribers than now, but I think you still need a lot more.
Yep, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I had like 15 subscribers when you first started. When you subscribed to me, you made the 15th subscriber.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's a long time ago. But yeah, and I mean, but I'm happy I made it up over 50 because
Do you remember the day you first joined YouTube?
I don't rightly remember the day. See, sometime in 2010 when I first made my first video.
Yeah.
The first video I ever made was me doing a review on a live heavy metal concert DVD I have.
Cool.
So yeah, it was me doing a Slayer, Still Raining, best I remember is what it's called, Still Raining DVD review. So I had a mustache then.
What did you want? Just the mustache?
Yep, I just had a mustache.
Just got some more questions here. Oh yeah, the Omen's here as well, saying
Oh man, how you doing, buddy?
hiya, hiya. Omen, oh sorry, Omen is saying hello to Ashley. And I think Omen says again somewhere down here. And then Omen said, yeah, Omen says hiya, guys.
How you doing, Omen? I hope you had a good week, buddy.
It's like I just started the chat like what 5 minutes ago now or so.
Yeah.
And we had like a bunch of questions coming in here. Like as soon as we started off, which is kind of cool. So,
Yep.
And Ashley replies to our question earlier saying thanks, guys, for the video that we mentioned just now.
That's no problem, Ashley. Like I said, you're a good friend, and we support friends. That's what we're here for. Anybody mess with James, I'd have to fly to London and stomp him like a rat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd bring my chainsaw.
From the Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. And James, knowing James, he'd probably run behind me and film it all.
I think I actually checked my subs account. My subs number. Is I've got over 144.
Oh, well, you've gotten some since the last time I was at your channel.
Yeah. I mean, you must have went to my channel just a second, looked. You've got over 144. God, that is a lot. I mean, I still got the copyright my DVDs channel, and that's like I think in the 700s.
Yes, and I remember you had a ton of subscribers there.
So I got a lot altogether. If you put all those amount together, my God.
Well,
we got here. What do you guys think of Cannibal Ferox?
I love it. Yep, I've got it. I actually bought it last year at Horror Hound, the convention I was at, because they've got a table there called the VHS Preservation Society. And what they do is they take VHS movies that hasn't been released on DVD or Blu-ray, and they copy them off to DVD format and Blu-ray format. So I bought Cannibal Ferox, Cannibal Holocaust, all the Faces of Death movies, and also there's another type of Faces of Death movie called Traces of Death. I bought all those, so I've got every single one of those on Blu-ray and DVD. So
my hands are pretty short because I've never seen it. I've heard of it though.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, and everybody would probably get mad for me saying this, but Eli Roth recently released a movie called The Green Inferno.
Yeah, I think I've heard that as well.
Yeah, and he said he wasn't trying to make it a copy of Cannibal Holocaust or Cannibal Ferox, but it is. I mean, you know, I've watched it. As a matter of fact, Box of Dread, I got the 7th box in February. I think it was in February. There's a video on my channel, but that was included in the 7th box, and I watched it that night, and it's to me, it's like a carbon copy of Cannibal Ferox, the old 80s Italian cannibal movies.
I don't think I've seen any cannibal movies.
It's, well, yes, you have. You've seen one cannibal movie. You've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I didn't even think of it being one sort of them, but yeah.
They're not eating barbecue. They say it's barbecue, but it's not.
It's people.
Yes.
Ooh, we got a lot more now. Omen says, oh wait, we'll post you DVD on Tuesday, James. Sorry to the delay, pal. Oh, that's okay. That was the Mummy DVD that we found out from a couple of weeks back.
Yeah,
that's okay, Omen. Thanks for that, and I'll be doing unpackaging of that as soon as it comes. So there will definitely be a video coming up. So yeah, and Ashley says Cabin Fever remake was really bad. I've never seen it. Have you ever seen it, Eugene?
I've seen Cabin Fever, the one that came out in early 2000. I don't know if there's a remake coming out, or already has come out. I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, these questions go like up and down. So, I think Ashley said it was a remake already.
That's kind of crazy, but yeah, I've seen the original, and the original was okay. Wasn't my favorite. Between Cabin Fever, Cabin in the Woods, and The Evil Dead, I'm always going to go to The Evil Dead.
It seems like in the recent years, remakes have been or they've been doing, haven't they, lately?
Yeah, and I mean, they're even talking, well, apparently now it's come out, but originally they were talking about doing the Craft remake.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I've heard of the movie, but I didn't think I've seen it.
You would like it. I mean, if you like Buffy, you know, and stuff like that along those lines, if you ever seen Charmed, you would definitely like The Craft. It's a pretty cool movie, I do have to say.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have a look on Amazon at some point and see what.
It's more, well, from, you know, being a hardcore horror fan, the gore movies that I've watched, you know, it was considered a chick flick witch movie, but it's a good movie nonetheless.
Yeah, and I've seen it this week. This is the answer to this question here. Did you guys see the new Ghostbusters trailer? Yes, we both have. Eugene told me he saw it earlier in the week as well. I don't think they're giving much of the story. Well, I don't know. They gave a lot more out on the thing, but you know, being so much of a fan of the original, mainly the second film, for me, you know, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna sort of go into the movie and think, you know, this is gonna change my mind on the original ones, because it's not going to. No, you know, my sights on. You know, I'm an 80s kid. I was born during the year of the first movie, and I was 5 years old when the sequel came out.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was old enough to see them both, I fell in love with those films straight away. And as soon as I was old enough, also, I became a big show of the TV show The Real Ghostbusters, which I have on DVD, which I showed off in last week's chat.
Yep.
If you wanted to go and rewatch that one, if you haven't seen that one. But I'm a big fan of the original Ghostbusters, the original cartoon series. You know, as I say, I'm gonna give this movie a chance. But if I think after the old movie is rubbish, then I won't even buy it. That's what I'm gonna go by that.
Yep, so. And I mean, in my opinion, I'm probably not even gonna bother with it till it comes out on Vudu or, you know, DVD.
Yeah.
And I'll check it out. I'll probably have my girlfriend rent it on Amazon, and then I'll check it out that way.
Yeah.
I can already tell it's not going to be like another great Ghostbusters movie. Just to me, that's me, you know.
Yeah, but I like what they would have done originally with the old Ghostbusters 3 idea, but it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Aykroyd was gonna. I think Dan Aykroyd and Howard Ramis was like gonna write a script or a story for it.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it never happened. So.
Yep, and I mean, but that's the thing, though. I mean, before Harold Ramis passed away, they had tons of time to make a part 3.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I wonder when it was first when they first started working on a script for a story for it.
they first started, from what I understand, they started writing the script in the early 90s.
Yeah, so after that'd be a year or so after the sequel.
Yep, but I think they started writing the script in late 1992.
Yeah. What's this here? James, did you ever hear of the new low budget film They Are Coming? It's a low budget horror based on the Eddie Stolbot trucks. I don't know. I don't know of that one. Do you?
I've never heard of it.
And some low budget films are pretty cool, so I might have to try and check it out as it was like. But
Yeah,
um,
yeah, but
the Omen says, James, have you seen the new Dad's Army film? No, but I know my brother-in-law might like that film because he loves the TV show.
mhm.
Have you ever, Eugene? I don't know if they got it in the States.
No, I've never actually heard of it.
I think it used to be like a UK army sitcom.
Hmm. Well, it's kind of like what we have. We had MASH.
Yeah, we had that here as well. Like I showed on TV.
Yep. But I mean, I never was a fan of MASH because, I mean, for years, I thought it involved around the Vietnam War. But then come to find out it was based on Korea. And I'm sitting there going, what?
And excuse me, Ashley says he loves The Craft.
Yeah, very good movie. I like it myself. I've seen it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And James, you need to watch it, man. You need to get it ordered.
Yeah, I think that might be like my next DVD or Blu-ray purchase.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, because it's definitely worth the money and worth the watch.
So you got your box of Dread there?
Yes, got my box of Dread here, but unfortunately, guys, see, my girlfriend, she buys it for me every month. She is the one that gets the subscription, so they send her an email every month letting her know when it's shipped out to me. So she got the email a couple days ago, and they've added a new thing in the email where you can click a link and see what's already in the box. And she said this one was kind of crappy. So we're going to find out, but we
We're
shall
gonna
see.
find out right now and see how bad it is.
Yep, we're going to see how bad it is, which she said that she gave me a hint on it was based on something, and it's also based on The Witch this month. So the movie The Witch just came out.
Mhm.
So here we go. All right. Okay. All right. This is just weird. Okay, but here's the packing paper. But this is the weird thing, okay? I don't know what the hell this is, but they have sent me a little monster hand for some reason. Oh, it's based on Penny Dreadful, the TV show. But okay, they sent me a little monster hand that kind of looks, it's in a bad
It's like
shape.
something like Goosebumps.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I could use it as a back scratcher or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know what this is for.
It looks like it's got a thumb going up like that.
Yeah, so like this video, guys, because
Yeah.
but all right, this I don't know what I should do with
Perfect.
this.
That's perfect for likes.
Yep, but I'm drawing a blank though. I mean, it's got to be used for something because I don't know, but anyway, I got a hand. Okay, here's the posters, but I'll open them up in a second. But all right, let's. Ooh, okay, this is pretty cool. They sent me Penny Dreadful incense.
All right.
Yeah, so make my room smell like dead people. Oh, all right. Well, this is pretty cool, I guess. Well, if I had a mouse, but a Penny Dreadful mouse pad
Yeah.
that
It
has a
looks like some
scorpion.
sort of Scorpio or some scorpion or something on there.
Yep, that's what it's got on it, is a scorpion in blood.
Yeah.
And I mean, plus I don't use a mouse because I have a laptop. So, I mean, I guess I could use it to smack somebody with.
I mean, I used to have a desktop, but ever since I had my first laptop a couple of years ago, I felt they were a lot easier to use.
Yep.
With desktops, you've got like tower bit, you've got a lot of wires to plug into them.
Yes.
They're a lot more. Say, like if you buy one for the first time, it's a lot of plugging in and stuff, and you've got to like do a lot of maintenance and stuff with them. With laptops, it's a lot more easier. But I have used a mouse pad in the past.
Yep, man. Let's see. We've got a postcard that says "Greetings from Moon Hill," which I guess it's a book coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that. We got a Penny Dreadful magnet.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be stuck on the refrigerator.
You like Penny Dreadful then, do you?
I've never seen it actually.
Okay.
It's on Showtime, and I don't have Showtime, but okay. And got a postcard here from the Penny Dreadful website where you can save 20% on a Penny Dreadful shirt or hat or whatever. Okay, this is different. But also a Penny Dreadful temporary tattoo.
I'd stick that on my head.
Yes. Well, I could stick it on my head now.
Yeah.
So, yep. It got hot, so I.
Oh, you shaved your hair.
Yep. So, I mean, it got really hot, so I just yep. That's.
By the way, guys, I had a haircut earlier this week as well. Don't know if you can notice.
But yeah, let's see here. Okay, here's the first poster, which is pretty cool. The Witch.
Oh, the Witch. Yeah.
Yep. So got the poster for The Witch.
I'm gonna have to try and check that film out because it looks good from the picture.
Yeah, she actually, my girlfriend added it last week, I think, to Vudu, so I'm gonna check it out sometime this week.
Yeah.
I mean, my friend, one of my best friends here that I used to play music with, he went and seen it at the theater, and he loved it. But some of the Facebook groups I'm in, horror groups mostly, are like, it's not all that great. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to check it out myself. And, okay, we got an alternate poster.
Oh, it's like another one. That's nice.
Yes, I guess this is another alternate version of the original poster. So, yeah, definitely hang those up later.
That means you can put two versions of them up, and then you can decide on what one you like best.
Yeah. Yep, and or I can take my Penny Dreadful mouse pad and throw it at him.
Yeah.
Because let's see.
Or if you ain't got a mouse pad, you can always, I guess, stick it up near the poster.
Yes, I could. I could stick it up as a poster, but yeah, this is Box of Dread this month. So far, I got a hand,
Yeah.
a mouse pad, temporary tattoos, a magnet, incense, and posters.
Well, the posters are cool. The hand's kind of weird, but perfect for liking videos with.
Yep. So every time somebody be like, all right, every time I do a video now, I'm going to be like, yeah, well, so-and-so, this movie right here, I really like. So if you like this video, make sure you go.
Yeah. I wonder what made that hand go green.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know what the hell this is used for.
I know. Picking my nose.
Yeah. Or see here, hang on a second. There we go. Yeah, but like, subscribe, share.
Yeah. And that'd be a cool picture for the thing I'll do later on tomorrow.
Yep, that's everybody be like, what the hell is he holding?
Yeah, he's got a new green hand.
But okay, let's see how these smell, shall we?
Oh dear, okay, yeah.
if it'll catch fire, that is.
It's a shame I wouldn't be able to smell it though.
Yeah, I know. They need to make a new one called Smell-O-Vision.
Yeah. You'll have to let us know what you think it smells like.
I would put it. It kind of smells like dirt. No joke. It does. It kind of smells like dirt. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were going for, graveyard dirt. So, yep, anybody come in my flat and take a big whiff, they'll be like, there's an idiot moron that lives here that brings dead people back. I can smell the graveyard dirt. But, yeah, well, she was right. Sadly.
What was the best one you would say you had?
The best one that I had was probably, well, just a single box of Dread was probably a couple months ago when they sent me a Wes Craven Memorial box set.
Okay, yeah.
Which they included a little figure of Freddy Krueger. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called reaction figures, but they sent me a little Freddy Krueger figure, a huge Freddy Krueger wall hanger that I got in the other room there in the hallway, and a bunch of other cool stuff like 2 or 3 comic books. But yeah, this one's been weak.
I mean, that hand is just so funny, but the posters were okay and the mouse pad showed up, but it doesn't seem as as good as what you just said of what you had before.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the deal was this month. Well, usually the way Box of Dread operates is if they give out a weak box one month, they'll make it up the next month. So here's hoping.
So is it like every month does it you receive them?
Yes, every month I receive a box, and hopefully next month it won't come with this. But yep,
you never know, it might come with a foot next time.
Yep. Maybe to come with a foot, but yeah, there he goes. He's hanging on to my thumb.
We got some questions here. Let's have a look. There's a link there. I'll have to check that out later. I think it might be a trailer or something. You can use that hand for something else too, Eugene. Okay.
Who said that?
Who said that? China's Wildman.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to use it for the reason you're thinking of, you pervert.
The Hillbilly Beast says, James, I sent you the trailer for They Are Coming on the chat. Oh, right, that's the link. I'll have to check out later. Can we get a live trailer reaction, please? I'm a little worried about trying to open another link, like another, what do you call it? Yeah, another link.
Another window.
And if we get a trailer reaction, you might get copyright. This chat might get copyrighted, and I don't want that. Not for these.
But yeah, that's because we had an experience here not too long ago, about a couple weeks ago, where we had severe technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So. But yes. Well, cool things were, I really enjoy incense, so I got some incense and some posters. And I'm sure the one guy that said I could use the hand for another reason.
I did think that's a very good thing.
Yeah, but that's what it shall be called, is the monkey spanking hand of death.
Nice posters, Ashley says.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like the posters too. And so far, the incense I'm burning, it smells pretty good. So.
Can Eugene react to it instead? Oh, I don't know. Again, I think it's to do with copyright. So if we both hear what's on the trailer, this video afterwards might be taken down.
Yes. So
It's not with that, but we can. I mean, I can do reaction tomorrow, or try to, or even review it. But I mean, I was lucky with the Ghostbusters International trailer. I did a reaction video to that, and it's not even been copyrighted, so that's been a pretty interesting non-copyrighted video. Maybe it might one day, but I think that one's been okay. Probably the only reaction video I do, in case if I do any more, that it will, would get taken down. But we're doing a reaction on live, and I'm a little worried that it might get taken down. So I'm not even going to try because of that.
Remember, guys, like, subscribe.
Yeah. You can get copyrighted for it. There is no infringement, James. Yeah, but I'm not going to do something that I might get taken off YouTube for.
We'll figure it out. Maybe in the future we can do live reaction videos, but right now it's kind of hard for me to do a live reaction video with a camera because my camera has no stand. What I'm using right now.
How do you have it? Like, what's it against at the moment?
Yes, it's actually against my laptop.
Okay.
So I've got my laptop open and my tablet propped up so you guys can see me. So it's going to be kind of hard.
Otherwise, it'd be flat down. You would be seeing.
Yes. You'd be able to see my dream catchers on the ceiling, but
yeah,
you wouldn't be able to see me.
Dream catchers. Do you dream with those?
Well, dream catcher is an ancient Indian type deal. I'll have to show you, but hang on a second. See that above right there?
Yeah.
That's a dream catcher. And basically, I'll show you a close-up of one next week. But what it is the ancient Indians, which I'm part Indian myself, made them. And what they're supposed to do, if you hang them above your bed, you won't have nightmares.
That's good.
Yep. So it's an ancient Indian type deal where, you're not supposed to have nightmares, and the dream catcher only catches bad dreams and lets you have the good dreams. So
have you got your He-Man box set there?
Yes, I do. Yep, and what I think about the He-Man box set is oh yeah. Yep, well, I mean, they sent me a hand, so yep. But
I think it'd be good to use that hand throughout the show.
Yep, but remember, the little green zombie hand says like and subscribe, people. So, but anyway, here's the box set. Came in this clear packaging, which it's got the 30th commemorative edition collection of Masters of the Universe. And Yep. So what's really cool, hang on a minute, James. Ashley just sent me a photo. Which, hang on, check it out. He just took a screen capture of me and sent it to me. But oh yeah, Ashley says nice box set. Well, I got extremely lucky with this because I bought it when it first come out. When it first come out, it was $39.99 American, which was $40. Free shipping and handling from Amazon.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was free shipping and handling, which now, unfortunately, since it's numbered, you can only get it for $134 now off of Amazon. But
what number is it?
It is number. It's kind of a high number, but
I'll be right back.
All right. It shall be. The review shall continue, guys. Just give me a second so James can get back here.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon as well. Yeah. Bye. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
That was my brother. So the brother lives in the States.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
I said I'm doing a chat at the moment live on YouTube. So I had to just he said, oh, he understood it because he watched my movie videos as well.
yeah,
So I had to I just had to say that my mum's in my sister's babysitting because my brother-in-law and my sister are out at the moment. That's
mhm,
by the way, I should say that if the front door goes later on, I'm gonna have to go and get that. It'll be my mum
okay,
coming home.
all
Um,
right,
but that's not until a little while yet. But yeah, I just told him that my to phone up my sister's house because that's where she is at the minute.
okay. But shall
Um,
we continue?
sorry.
I said, shall we continue?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Um, but this it's numbered 13,567 of 15,000.
That's a good.
So
That's not a bad number.
yep, yep. So I mean, it's kind of a higher number. I mean, even my Jason box set is numbered, and it's way up there in number. So I think they made 50,000 of those. So,
Is it
but
made of
this,
plastic? It looks like a plastic. The castle.
yes, yes, this is actually in the plastic container. And hang on a second, you open it up, and there's what it looks like out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the actual box set, and as you can see on the front of it, it's got Castle Grayskull,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of pops out in a 3D way, and really cool artwork. And of course, Skeletor, and there's the number.
Yeah.
And on the back here, it's got really cool artwork, which, as a matter of fact, I do have the person that did the 1980s voice of Skeletor in the cartoons autographed downstairs.
That's good.
Yep. So his name's Alan Offenheimer, and he did the voice of Skeletor for many, many years. But
It
then
looks
you
like
open
got some nice artwork in the inside of that as well.
this. This got a really cool picture of He-Man fighting Skeletor, and but on to the contents of the box set, and it's, as you can
Speaking of
see.
that box, I only ever saw it back with the classic series back when it was on TV years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
never saw it recently, like on DVD or Blu-ray. But that
Yep.
box looks really nice.
Yeah, and as you can see inside the box set, you've got like a velvet type tray,
Mm-hmm.
and first off, you get a little booklet, which has got,
It looks really thick, like the Real Ghostbusters one does.
yes, and it actually contains information on each episode.
Mhm.
So a little booklet there. And for the people, see, a lot of people that if they get the box set, they collect He-Man figures, which I have yet to get. I want a 1980s vintage He-Man
Mm-hmm.
to use this with, but you get a limited edition. I don't know if you can see it well.
Oh yeah,
He-Man.
that's like the He-Man sword.
Yep. So you get a limited edition gold He-Man sword for your figure, your action figure. So I got that one, and then now on to the other stuff. Also comes with the soundtrack CD,
Nice.
which I've never even opened and listened to yet. And I got this way back about 2 years ago.
I think in a way that if you want to keep it pristine, it's good to keep it sealed.
Yep. So
Unless you really want to open up and listen to it. But until then, it's good to keep it sealed.
yeah, but this one has got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe theme, which is one of my favorite themes. It was actually my ringtone for a long time.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I've got it's got Tila's theme, Orko's theme, Castle Grayskull's theme. Hang on a second, James. There we go. But and it's got Masters of the Universe Spanish version of the theme, and Masters of the Universe alternate version. So that's all on this CD. But this is what
it's like a deluxe like edition, isn't it, of a box set because you get all the soundtracks and all those extra goodies along with the actual show. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but this is something that really irks me about the box set. It really, really gets on my nerves a lot. But okay, here we go. Here's the discs. As you can see, But what really bothers me is if you don't keep them in the box, they're going to get damaged because these are cardboard.
That's kind of like the Ghostbusters special features disc.
Yep. So I mean, they're all cardboard, but here's the first season, and I mean, but they put
Is
them
it
all.
DVD or Blu-ray?
It's DVD.
Yeah, and there's partial with scratches with that cardboard as well.
Yep. So I mean, yeah, all these are. I mean, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's got 10 episodes on each disc. So I mean, it really bothers me that they put them in, cardboard. I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the box set, and I'm having trouble with the last disc here because it's another thing, it'll get stuck in the bottom.
How many seasons are there?
All of them, every single He-Man episode, all together, 22 discs.
Okay.
So hang on a second. Look, there we go. It's coming out here in a minute. Seeing this, I mean, but yeah, but that's what happens when you put stuff in cardboard.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. But not only does it have the original 80s show, I mean, because here it is. Here's that was season 1. This is disc 1. Season 2, disc 2. And season 1, disc 3. Season 1, disc 4. Disc 5. And I mean, it goes on and on and on. And then you start after the first 2 seasons, well, the first 3 seasons, I think, because there wasn't that many He-Man made. But then you go on to the New Adventures of He-Man.
Are they any good? Because I never saw those.
No, they're not good at all. And I mean, you've got, here's the, it's actually got a special features disc in it too.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's got celebrating 30 years of Masters of the Universe, talking about it was at the San Diego Comic-Con and all that stuff. But and here's another He-Man Masters of the Universe remake that they did.
Okay.
Which it was bad. I mean, because, well, the main reason that I bought these was because it's got all the 80s episodes, and that's the ones that I grew up watching. So, yeah. So,
That's
I mean,
the nostalgia factor. But when it gets to the new ones, it's kind of why'd you
Yep.
bother sort of thing.
Yep. But as a matter of fact, after this chat's over, my girlfriend's going out to dinner with a couple of her good friends that she's going to be saying goodbye to because she's moving up here.
Mhm.
While she's out having dinner, I'm going to probably be watching He-Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because digging it out made me want to watch it again. But I mean, other than the fact that it's got cardboard sleeves, for 22 discs and, all the, special features disc itself and the sword and the CD soundtrack and the great box that it comes in, I'd give it, a good 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. What you need to accompany that is the movie.
Yep, that's all I need is to get the movie on DVD sometime or Blu-ray, which I'm not a big Dolph Lundgren fan, but I mean, still, it's He-Man, so, and
Yeah.
I absolutely love He-Man.
I kind of, the actual movie itself, I think it's a pretty good movie, but the one bit I think is kind of weird is when Skeletor turns into a god at the end.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's so many characters that they left out too, because, I mean, Orko, I don't even think Orko was in the movie.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, because Orko was like the flying alien that always helped He-Man in the cartoons. So,
Yeah.
I don't think he had the character in the movie. And also, was She-Ra in it?
I don't know.
It's been so long since I watched it. I mean, years.
Also, he never played Adam in the movie.
Yeah, I know, and yeah, that's the big thing. That's that's He-Man's, you know, alternate ego is Prince Adam. So,
Yeah.
and I
It
mean,
was never that movie, which is kind of weird, you know. So
yeah, so I mean, you know, making a He-Man movie with him never being Prince Adam and talking to his, you know, because even his dad and his mother don't know he's He-Man.
yeah.
You know, the only people that know he's He-Man is Man of Arms and Orko.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, well, in the cartoon series, you know, She-Ra kind of found out later on down the road, but, you know, she herself was, you know, a warrior. So, which that's another thing, too. I mean, they made She-Ra for girls, but a lot of guys watched She-Ra more than the girls did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because, I mean, you know, She-Ra is the same thing as He-Man. It's just a girl.
Mm-hmm. What's the
Well, hang on a minute, James. Ashley just wrote and said that he has to go. So
okay?
he messaged me on Facebook and said he has to go. That's cool, Ashley. Have a good week, my friend. Well, weekend. And no, I'm not going to play with my.
If you may continue watching tomorrow or something, Ashley, it'd be much appreciated.
Yep.
But yeah, take care for now.
Have a good weekend. And no, I'm not going to play with my zombie hand too much.
What's this here? Well, look who it is. It's James. That's from Alex Trinder.
Alex Trinder, didn't you guys used to do a weekly chat together?
Yeah, we did a little while ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I know I heard his name before. How you doing, Alex? I've never met you.
And Ashley says, very nice, lovely artwork. That must be from the He-Man set.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the artwork is awesome. And there's actually a He-Man shirt that's actually on my Amazon wish list that my girlfriend's going to buy for me that's got the He-Man and Skeletor fighting on the front of it, but the whole shirt is decorated.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's one complete, it's like a painting, but it's a shirt. And I was like,
I don't know if the DVD is the same in the States, but the one in the UK for the Masters of the Universe movie, there's only one extra on it, and that's the audio commentary.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I haven't been able to find. Well, I'm sure I could find it on Amazon, but yeah, I'll have to check and see what the price is because I mean, yeah, I do kind of feel bad by having, you know, every single animated episode and not having the movie. So, but
That's
I mean,
just good classic movies, quite pricey. The last time I looked on Amazon, it was.
Yeah, it's.
I don't think it's available on Blu-ray though.
Yeah, I know. There's so many that's not available on Blu-ray that, you know, that they should release on Blu-ray from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a movie that I mentioned last week called The Garbage Pail Kids. And that was a really good.
What's Alex saying here? James, what are you doing out of bed at this hour? What does it say? Go to bed at once.
Yeah, but
I don't go to bed until about 1 a.m. each night anyway. I'm what you call a night owl.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah. You know, because people like to come watch movies, you know, if they want any day during the day. But I just like watching them at night.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's
I
like
like
me.
watching them at night when the lights are off. I think
Mhm.
you know, it's the best sort of time to watch stuff.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I couldn't agree more. All right,
Yeah.
Master of the Universe. Let's see how much Amazon's got it for.
I mean, there's movies I've got, you know, that my nieces can watch as well. Can you watch those, like when she's over here?
Mm-hmm.
Like my own sort of thing. I only choose to watch my own sort of thing at night.
Yep.
So.
Yep,
Yeah.
but I just found Masters of the Universe on DVD. American is $2.75.
That's not bad.
Yep, and brand new is $5.84. So, yep, might place an order for that here shortly.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, oh man, I'd love to have this Masters of the Universe Classic Castle Grayskull playset
Mhm.
from the 80s.
Yeah.
I won't never be able to afford it though. $369.
Yeah, it's quite a lot in it at the moment.
Yep, but I mean, yeah, for the classic. Let's see how much a He-Man action
I want to
figure.
be able to do like a replica of the actual sword. You know, like
Oh,
the, big
I'd
one.
love to have it if they did.
You could say, "I have the power."
Yes, I could. And yeah, here's He-Man Masters of the Universe classic action figure from the 80s. $100.
Ashley says here at the bottom of the comment section, it says, James the Vampire Owl. I don't think I ever see. That'd be pretty cool. A weird kind of movie, a vampire owl,
Yes, it would.
a blood sucking owl.
Yeah, needless to say, people be running scared.
Yeah. I don't think that's a very nice thing to say. The real TNM Minil. Why are you so boring? Well, we're not trying to be.
No, not trying to be boring.
We just talk about our passions, nostalgia. I think that sort of thing is a very much that's a certainly to me and you is a lot of that's very enjoyable.
Yep. I mean, well, and that's been my passion for years is old horror movies and classic cartoons.
Yes, and here.
I mean, because
I think it's I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, but it's like in your own real life, certain people may not know your passion or want to talk about movies and stuff. Whereas on here, there are a lot of other people who are interested in that sort of stuff and want to talk about it. So
yeah, I mean, because I'm actually a subscriber to a guy. It's a real nice guy. He subscribes to me too, but he's got tons, and I mean tons, of 1980s He-Man figures.
mhm.
Some of them still actually in the box, never been opened. So I mean, yeah, maybe maybe sometime I'll be able to talk to him and might possibly be able to buy one off of him.
Yeah.
If he give me one for a good deal. I mean, because he's got some great figures.
I own a collection that's never been opened before. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, he's got a collection that's never been opened before, and he's got some loose figures too. But he's got the Castle Grayskull, play set and all that stuff. He's got the
I think I may have had that as a kid, but I can't remember much.
I did. I actually had Battle Cat and Panther.
Yeah.
Battle Cat was Cringer, the cat that was with He-Man.
Oh, I think I know the thing that looks like a tiger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his name was Cringer, but because he was always scared. But when he became, when He-Man became He-Man, he became Battle Cat. So, and the Skeletor always rode around on a panther that he called Panther. So,
I had a funny thought about that hand earlier because it was green. I was thinking then back to Incredible Hulk, and also I was wondering what would it be like if Ernest was the Incredible Hulk.
that would be a movie on its own. I definitely have to say. Because I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, Vern slamming the window on his fingers and him going, all of a sudden, him going, you know what I mean, Vern. That'd be different.
Yeah. What's this here? James Eugene. Thanks. Think fast. Werewolves or vampires?
Werewolves.
Vampires for me.
Yeah, so we both spit it out. I said werewolves.
Werewolves for you?
Yep, werewolves for me because my favorite movie of all time, werewolf movie ever, is American Werewolf in London.
The actual. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, actually, speaking of werewolves and vampires, the person put it in my mind now. Last night, and with me watching the Real Ghostbusters every night, I was watching an episode last night called "Nobody Ever Comes to Lupusville,"
Mm-hmm.
and there's this vampire called Gregor who wants them to go to his town, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a fight against a group of werewolves and vampires. And when they didn't bust them because they're undead and werewolves. So instead, they leave the town, and the werewolves and vampires start fighting each other, and they become like hybrids.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yep, man, you just reminded me when I was a kid back in the 80s, early 90s, I used to have the Ecto-1 car.
I did too.
Yep, it was a fun toy to play with because it had all kinds of traps and stuff inside of it.
I'd like a hook type thing in the back. You can
Yep,
pull it
that's
out,
yep,
and
yep,
as soon as you move it forward, the hook sort of goes in the back of the car,
yep,
and you can sort of attach it to a ghost or something and drag it along.
yep. And that was the thing. See, the real Ghostbusters had tons of figures you could get when they were doing the TV show. So, yep. And I remember that was one of the big things I got one year was the Ecto-1. So I was really excited and happy about that. And like I
One
said,
thing I was kind of disappointed back in the day, this was, it's an 80s film, and the 84, 89. They never released any toys based on the movies.
I know.
They never did.
Yep.
They never did at all. I mean, it was all based for the Real Ghostbusters TV series.
Yep.
Never anything for the movies until so many years later. Mattel started to make certain things. They made the ghost trap, the PK meter. The thing I got.
Yep.
And, so it was like years and years later they started to produce stuff by Mattel. But many years ago, when the movies were like in their heyday, let's say, or back when they were made and brought out,
Mm-hmm.
the movie never released anything.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, it's like another show that was big here in the States. It was a cartoon used to come on every Saturday. It's called Street Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a ton of those figures. And I mean, I looked them up the other day, and they're going for like $200 and $300 now. And I had like every single one of them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, but yeah, if I knew then what I know now, I'd have been a lot more careful with my toys.
Yeah, we would have kept them and that and saved them.
Yep, because I mean, yeah, like I said, I had the Ecto-1, vehicle, and when Jurassic Park came out, I had all kinds of Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah. Alex says, James, if you could see a werewolf vampire movie or Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast alive, and well, which would you prefer?
And real quick, let's see, James, real quick, I'll watch Ashley.
Sorry?
Ashley sent me a private message, and I was just like, I'll watch. So.
Okay. Which one would I prefer? A werewolf movie, a werewolf vampire movie, or a Ghostbusters 3? I would have originally liked to see a Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast. But wouldn't any of the original fans would? I'm sure they would have done.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
No, I'd have to go with Ghostbusters because I'm a long-time fan of that, and I would have liked to have seen a third one for sure. And then being a vampire movie fan or a werewolf film fan, they would have been extra good to see as well.
Yeah.
It's always good to see a new vampire movie, but stick with the vampires being like classic ones. Don't make any more of the whole like Twilight sort of ones. That's just got to be crappy.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's even talking about that now. You know how many years it's been since a great, decent werewolf movie has come out?
I don't know.
The last decent werewolf movie I seen was called Dog Soldiers.
I heard of that one actually. Was that somebody Marshall did that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. But I mean, that's the last decent werewolf movie I've seen. And I mean, but American Werewolf in London, forget about it. That'll always be, number one on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to monster movies, and I want to see a good monster movie, it's always, American Werewolf in London. So, and I also like The Howling. I thought The Howling was pretty good, but not near as good as American Werewolf. So,
For me, with werewolf movies, the transformation in the first American Werewolf movie is perfect. You can actually feel his pain as he's changing with the noise of the bones breaking and that.
yes,
That you can feel the character and the pain he's going through.
Yep.
Also, in other sort of werewolf transformations, with I think I said this before, but with Ginger Snaps, she changes. It was like a virus inside out, so she changes very slowly. So throughout the course of the movie, she's becoming more and more of a werewolf until near the end.
That was the only part I didn't care about Ginger Snaps. I mean, I was always the fan of, you get bit by a werewolf, you transform.
Then you become a werewolf.
Yeah, you become a werewolf, and then you turn back to human. You have no control of it. That's the werewolf to me.
Well, speaking of werewolves, have you seen the movie called Wolf Cop?
I've seen bits and pieces, and from what I've seen, they're trying to make it's basically the same kind of makeup like the Wolfman, the remake with Anthony Hopkins and the other person, I can't remember his name, who played the Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of based on that, and it's kind of more of a comedy.
It is, yeah. I mean, I got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of more of a comedy. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a good movie if you want to laugh.
They're thinking about doing a sequel or something. I'm sure you're making one, but they did say on the film I got there was going to be a sequel being done at the end of the movie, but I don't know when that's going to be in.
But no, I watched bits and pieces of it on Netflix. Never did. I don't think I ever finished it, and I was just like, well, even if I don't finish it, it don't really matter. I mean, I was just like, oh, okay.
What we got here? Ooh, some more questions here. Quite a few actually. Should we get some of these? James, do you like nachos? Yeah, I eat a nacho any day.
Yeah, I like nachos myself. Beavis and Butthead.
But yeah.
Nachos, fire.
Yeah, I like cheesy nachos.
Nachos are awesome. I don't know why you'd ask that question if we like nachos, but yeah, who the hell doesn't like nachos?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a bit of a funny question when I just said it, but yeah, we like them.
Burritos too.
A what? I don't know what that is.
A burrito? You don't know what a burrito is?
No.
Oh my God, it's they take like beef or bean and put it in like a tortilla and they roll it up and make a burrito.
Oh, actually, I think my brother made one when he was last in the country.
Yeah, that's a burrito.
Yeah. But, do you like cheese or eat? What? Dude, it's so sick.
Do you like cheese or what? I like cheese.
Oh, dude. The question's this. I've lost it. James, mate, what is your favorite Ghostbuster? Is that My favorite Ghostbuster is
Okay, we're
Egon.
back.
Sorry.
I said I'm back. It froze up for a second. Now, what
Oh,
was your
sorry.
question?
I said my Alex's. What's your favorite Ghostbuster? And mine is Egon.
Mine would be. I know it's been a long time since I watched the movie, but probably Dan Aykroyd's character.
Ray.
Yes.
I like how he gets possessed by Vigo when they're there hunting for the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, but now I completely missed the question. Do you like cheese or what? Because I mean, as soon as you started reading to get it froze up, I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh, that's a funny question. Okay, James, do you like cheese or aliens?
Okay, that's definitely a new one on me. I think he likes the alien movies, but I mean, there you go. He can eat a piece of cheese and watch the alien movies. So at the same time,
Oh, I don't think I'd eat an alien.
no, I don't believe I'd eat an alien either. Plus, they got acid blood, so yeah, it
Yeah.
might kill you. So
How about a cheesy alien?
yeah, that'd be the next movie. In a world with tons of aliens, what do you have to protect yourself? Cheese.
I like cheeseburgers while watching Alien. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's good right there. I mean, people still find it absolutely revolting that I can eat a bowl of spaghetti and watch Chainsaw Massacre too.
Yeah. But I thought it was a really quite a funny question about cheese and aliens.
Cheese and aliens. It's
Yeah.
definitely different.
Or it could be a new movie.
Yeah.
If you don't like aliens, go for cheese.
Yep. If you don't like aliens, get a big block of cheese.
So you know what we have here, like a tradition here. If you like a sandwich, we have cheese and pickle.
Cheese and pickle. That's different. I don't know if I'd try that or not. I might die. I'm not sure. But I could cheese and pickle sandwich. It's
Yeah, with Branston pickle.
everybody's got their own tastes. I'm still sitting here going, I gotta try a Scotch egg.
And a steak and kidney pie, not.
No, I'll take the steak and kidney pie and throw it out the window. And hopefully, since I got a nosy neighbor, hopefully it hits her in the face.
Oh no!
Yeah, have a kidney pie.
No, but steak pies are perfect. You know, without
Yes.
kidneys.
Yeah, steak pie will be fine.
Let's see here. James, if you had to see a movie with aliens fighting cheese, or a Star Wars movie featuring what's this? Featuring girls, which would you rather have? An alien fighting cheese. It'd be kind of funny.
Yep, I'd take Alien versus Cheese any day over Star Wars with women.
Yeah, that would be good.
And I mean, to tell you the truth, Star Wars with women kind of sounds like an adult movie.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave that, up in the air for a little bit.
I get on your Star Wars book, the novel, the zombie stormtroopers.
I read half of it, and I haven't really had time to read anymore. But I mean, yeah, from what I've read of it, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, because it combines two of my favorite things. Which next week I'll show you my Star Wars box set I have.
I didn't take that question about nachos. Yeah, because there's stars. I'm starring each question that I'll be done. You put stars on it, it means you've already read and answered them. So,
Yeah.
so don't the ones that we haven't read yet. Do you like hot toys, Eugene?
Do I like what?
Hot toys.
Hot toys?
Yeah.
I've always wanted a hot toy, but problem is they're so expensive because Hot Toys actually released, along with Sideshow Collectibles, they actually released a Jason statue with real cloth clothes and a real metal axe and a real plastic hockey mask, but it's going for like $3,500 in American, so it's quite expensive. Mm-hmm. But I'd absolutely love to have some Hot Toys in my collection.
I do like what is figures.
Well, they made a Marty McFly that looks just like Michael J. Fox.
Did they?
Yes, they did. It looks just like Michael J. Fox, and also they also released cars, and they released the DeLorean, and Michael J. Fox can actually fit in the driver's side.
That's good.
Yep, and I mean, but those are extremely collectible. I mean, really expensive and really collectible. I mean, because they also made Batman, and they made the 1980s Batman and 1980s Batmobile, Michael Keaton.
Do you know they also replicized Mattel did this? It was the Ghostbusters PKE meter and that. They did a Back to the Future horror board.
Really? Yes, they did.
I think you can actually really stand on it in a horror, and it teaches you, what it does in the movie. But it has the sounds on it and stuff. I think if you like pull it across the floor, it makes the sounds that it did in the movie.
Yeah,
and you can actually strap it to your foot, but that's about all.
Yeah, it'd been so cool to actually, take off on it, but yeah, I remember reading something about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, I mean, but to answer your question about Hot Toys, I'd love to have a Hot Toys figure, but one group that does make affordable figures that look real good is NECA. It's in
He's watching my videos for a very long time now. He recommends watching James. When is Nick and George the dog coming back? I missed the doggy walks. Well, I only was seeing Nick and the dog because it was kind of his job to take me out to different places. Because I don't work. I don't work because Nick was working for a payment for a social worker because I don't work, and because I have learning difficulties. I went to school. I went to college. My college ended because the money stopped. So a place for me in college, I wasn't able to go back there. So then I was at home, not doing anything each day, and then my sister thought it was a good idea to maybe get a social worker to try and find somebody to work with me and socialize and do stuff with. Nick came along, met his dog. Sam was his first dog, who eventually had to be put down because he was quite an old dog. Yeah. Had good times. We went to the cinema. We went and took the dogs out for a walk. I think you've seen these videos, haven't you, Eugene, as well?
Yeah. I also seen you go with
the dogs, I used to call them. And they were got a good lot of fun, but eventually, with Nick's work as well, he works like he goes to a place where he looks after other people as well, taking those people out and that. But I think because one time he was starting to pick up me and still have somebody in his car from his previous work. But I think he's supposed to either drop them off first, then come for me after. So because things weren't being done properly, his job with me had to be stopped. and that is kind of the reason why I don't see him or the dogs anymore. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if his job, his proper work sort of changes in future, maybe, just maybe, I might start seeing him again. But at the present state of right now, it's not very likely.
Hmm.
You know, I'd like to say never. Maybe one day, you
Exactly.
know, but as of right now, there's nothing on the you know, whatever you say to me seeing them at the moment. But as I say never. It could always come back, and I could always do out and about vlogs again. And but I can't say nothing as of right now. But I'm glad you used to watch those videos, and you certainly enjoyed them. And they're
Yep.
always on the channel, so you can still certainly go back and watch them, because I had a lot of good time filming those. So I'm glad you
Yep.
noticed those. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
as a matter of fact, I watched one of the vlogs where you were over at Nick's house and you watched slashers with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you actually watched slashers with him, and I remember also he used to take you to the Doctor Who experience a lot, didn't he?
he did. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I remember watching those vlogs a lot.
So they were a lot of fun. But yeah, if you wanted to go back and see the last one or the last ones I've done, by all means, they were a lot of fun to film.
Yep. Although it hasn't been diagnosed yet, I think I also might have a learning disability as well with math. I'm not
Yeah.
really good with numbers,
Nor am
but
I, mate. Nor am I.
yeah, I mean, but I can take a book and
Yeah,
I can read a book and have it memorized.
that's good though.
Yeah, and so what I'm planning on doing is when my girlfriend comes down, is I'm planning on probably entering a college of creative writing because that's one of my strong points. Is I can write scripts, I can write novels,
Hmm.
and it comes easy to me because I guess I got a pretty weird imagination.
I think we all do. I certainly do sometimes.
Yep, and I mean we'll see this like, and it there's a thing going around on Facebook. They call them memes,
Hmm.
which is yeah, and it's it's got this picture of a cat that says, you know, me being a novelist, it may be illegal to do it for real, but me being a novelist, I've done killed you 37 times. You know, so I mean that's the thing when you write stories and stuff, you can take your worst enemy that you know and put them in the story and have them face Bigfoot.
Hmm.
You know, so that's the cool thing about writing stories. That's why I love to write stories. I mean, I used to get my frustrations out when I was a kid. When I first started writing stories, I started rewriting comic books that I had read.
And you co-wrote the movie you're in that as well, yeah?
Yes, I co-wrote the movie, but yeah, when I was a kid, I used to sit around and read comic books that would come out, and I would rewrite the comic book, and it usually had a weird, horrible turn. But I mean, I remember one comic book that I actually rewrote myself was a Spider-Man versus Hulk,
Oh
and
yeah.
of course, Spider-Man, you know, they became friends in the end. But in my version, Hulk stomped Spider-Man. I mean, he tore him to pieces. Oh,
Uh, Russia's Killer Ape Man. James, when will you make up with Gareth Watchman? I don't think I am. No, that's a bit of a weird question.
yeah.
I
Well, I
used to
mean,
like seeing him in your streams. Oh, streams, oh, you mean the chats? They're in the past. If you, as I say, from my other channel, go back and watch those ones. Um, but for future vids, no, I'm not going to be having him back in my chats.
and yeah, and to be completely honest, I mean, I don't know Gareth, but there's been a lot of personal issues that's come up over the past month with a lot of friends and stuff. And from what I understand, you know, it's just I understand. I completely understand why James would not have him in the chats.
Yeah, but thanks for saying it. But that's my answer. So I'm not going to say any more about that.
I'm not going to
What else
more
is
either.
there? um, The Hillbilly Beast says, what TV show on at the moment do you like? Think fast. Eugene, you first, and then I can answer. Are there any other shows at the moment you're watching, or?
There you go. You froze up again there for a second.
The question was, what TV shows on at the moment do you watch?
Actually, no TV show.
For me, still pretty much at the beginning of the season, but Supernatural season 10 on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. on the UK channel E4.
Yep, man. Yeah, I know James likes his Supernatural because we'll sit there and be talking on Google Hangouts, and he's like, "I gotta go."
Yeah, but I recently, Christmas gone. You know, it's about 6 months ago now. I had the Supernatural, the anime series, the animation of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Had the voices of the two actors who played the two brothers on the show, and that was pretty good animation.
Yeah, it's
Supernatural, the anime series.
I've never even seen that, but I know that my girlfriend's son would definitely be interested in it because he's a huge Supernatural fan.
Does he own the DVDs?
He owns every DVD that's out.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but I bet the States got season 11 out now.
Yeah, which I think he bought here a couple weeks ago.
I should correct something there, actually. Season 10 is the one I'll probably be buying next month for my birthday. Season 11 is the one on TV now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a bit confused there because one's out on DVD that I still need to pick up, and season 11 is the one on TV. So, but recent show that I'm watching, I'm not really watching anything brand new other than the shows I enjoy. I mean, if there was anything on that I sort of think, oh, that's new, I might watch that. That hasn't happened yet, or I haven't taken my fancy. Doctor Who, what I usually watch when that's on, I think that's not going to be on until Christmas next year, because I think they're on a year off that.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, I think the Stephen Moffat, the current writer, is stepping down.
Mm-hmm.
So season 10 of Doctor Who is going to be on next year instead of this year.
Yeah, and don't you have every season of Doctor Who?
Not every season. I have seasons from 2005 onwards.
Okay.
So I don't have any of the classic series from way back years ago.
Yeah, it came out.
I have all the newer ones from 2005 till now.
Yeah, but didn't it come out in like the 60s?
1963.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's. See, and I mean, I'd never even heard of it till a couple years ago when I first started watching your channels. When I heard of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell?
But no, as you said about the experience when I used to go there with Nick, that's a great place to go to, especially if you're a fan or if you're new to it even. Because my favourite set was the David Tennant set.
Yeah.
Like the big dome, the big greenish dome one. It's TARDIS set because each Doctor or some of each Doctors has different TARDISes. Well, like his, was like a core design inside it. And the console, I thought that was a pretty good thing. So I always like that set. Like when I go to that experience, I like to get some good footage around that, or maybe me standing on that set. So I do like that set.
At a couple of the horror conventions I've been, they've had a couple of Daleks and TARDISes. So
yeah.
Which, as a matter of fact, my character, the Unknown, there's a picture on Facebook of a good friend of mine being choked in the TARDIS.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so yep, she was getting ready to teleport in the TARDIS, and I went, no, you must be choked.
What's this say? If you didn't have He-Man, would you prefer She-Man? What? Oh, Gareth Archer's here.
Oh, Gareth Archer.
And that's what he just said.
Hello, Gareth.
If
well, I like She-Ra.
He-Man. Would you prefer She-Man? Bit of a weird thing. I'm not gonna.
I mean, but it's She-Ra. I like She-Ra.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I mean that's basically what She-Ra is.
That was a good show. I think. Did they do a spin-off show of that?
They did a spin-off show. It only lasted 2 seasons of She-Ra. I think it was The Adventures of She-Ra. I'm not real sure. It's
Yeah.
been years since I watched it, but yeah, I used to watch it though. I mean, that's the thing too. Even on the commentary of the extra disc I've got, they've said that that people watch She-Ra more. The boys watch She-Ra more than the girls because what they were planning on doing was Mattel was planning on releasing like Barbie dolls of She-Ra and stuff, but it took off more for the boys than it did the girls because She-Ra was, the same kind of thing. She was a female warrior.
Well, in their comic book series called Gem, and a lot of guy fans likes to collect that book.
There was a comic book called Jim, and also there was a TV show cartoon series here called Jim.
Did you watch it?
Which, yeah, I used to watch it. Used to watch it all the time. And basically, what Jim was she was in a band.
Yeah.
And apparently, I guess they have already, or they're planning on making a movie about it.
That sounds good.
Yep. So they're actually going to have a live action movie of Jim.
James, you should buy the Lego Ghostbusters set. Lego?
Mm-hmm. You know what Lego is, don't you?
I know what Lego is. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Ghostbusters set.
Yeah, they've got the Ecto, and they've got, I think they've got the station and everything.
I should have to maybe look up at that afterwards.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, I mean, if you wanted to put it together and you want to keep it together, just add a little bit of super glue, because that's what I used to do with like the cars and stuff from Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put them together, and then super glue them together, and it was just like a toy when I was a kid, as you could, push it off the
Ashley
stairs.
says I'm back. Welcome back, Ashley.
Welcome back, Ashley. How you doing, buddy?
Nice to see. Nice to see you back.
Yep.
Gareth. Surprise, it's me. Wahahaha. I'm not going to really read any more from him, don't I?
Well, I'm just going to throw it out here. Gareth, we all come in peace. So, just we're not here to start any wars with anybody.
No.
That's the last thing anybody wants with anything. All that we asked is be respectful.
Yeah. James Nutt is the fake account. I don't know what that is. Oh, Alex Twinder. Yeah, Alex is a friend of mine, but he's also the Faker's account as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like two Alex Twinders, and I think the Alex Twinder on here saying that that's the fake account who's been saying some of the earlier things.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex. Thanks for letting us know there, buddy. That's bad though. Certain people create accounts in the same name of a YouTuber and fakes them. It's not.
Well, then that's the stupid thing about YouTube is they'll get you for copyright, but they won't pay attention to the users and everything else.
Gareth says something else there. Should I even read it? I don't know.
Well, like I told Gareth the other day in the comments, I've got nothing against nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just you treat me with respect, you earn respect toward you. That's as simple as it goes. I think it's the way it should be with any man.
I think I'll just read this one, but I'm not going to say anything else after this one. Eugene, you come in peace, and then what's this? Oh, I think where did it go? Oh, sorry.
But yes, I do come in peace.
So do I. Oh, it's gone. Oh, yeah, that one's gone. But we got a new one here saying, "I'm buying the new Lego set." That's Russia Killer 8 Man. That's for the Ghostbusters Lego.
So, a new Lego set based on Russia, the Killer Ape Man. That's a new one on me. Yeah, they should make a. That gives me an idea. I'll write a new script called "The Rabid Monkeys." Night of the Rabid Monkeys. Hopefully, they'll make some Lego sets of that.
How about a werewolf monkey?
Yeah, there we go. Monkey that's bit by a werewolf. It turns into a monk wolf. There we go.
Yeah. Do you think there's a lot more sillier films coming out now?
Yes, there is. And
like
I mean,
they're running out of good ideas of certain things, and like they're gonna continue making stupid films to make up for like all the good ones they've done.
yep, and I mean that's the thing is, I mean, the completely ridiculous series of scary movie. There's far too many of them out, and it looks like they run out of ideas for the series.
Oh, is that comment familiar? Eugene, you come in peace. Christ didn't realize you were from Mars.
No, not from Mars. I'm from America, United States. You can look it up on a globe.
Yeah.
But I'm a peaceful guy.
I think the best thing is to keep the peace. It's like that's all we can do.
Yeah, I mean, because that's with fellow YouTubers, I always try to keep the peace with fellow YouTubers because we all like movies.
Yeah.
And when I go to horror conventions, the people that I've met at horror conventions treat you like family because you like the same movies, you get the same interests, so it's like one big huge family.
Yeah. That's how it should be on here as well, with the loving of movies and stuff.
Yep, and I mean and Gareth, if you're still here, I've seen your channel. I've watched you, collect stuff, and I do the same thing. So yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say anything negative about you, and I think we should all respect each other and not say anything negative about anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's just mutual respect for everybody.
Russia's Killer 8 Man just said, "No, Eugene, I mean Lego Ghostbusters."
Okay, so his username is Russia's Killer 8 Man. I got it. Because I know there's actually a book or movie called Russia's Killer 8 Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
I ain't never seen it though.
Wait a minute. Okay, since you like Russia, since your name is Russia's Killer 8 Man, are you a Bigfoot believer?
I believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, I mean that's another one of my things is I'm a huge Bigfoot nerd.
Yeah.
I've got books, I've got articles and movies and documentaries and all kinds of stuff on the subject.
My favorite Bigfoot movie is the one I got in my collection. That's the Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, although I don't believe the real Bigfoot would be that nice.
No. But you know the funniest bit in that movie is when he's laughing and watching the TV.
Yep. Yep, and he
He
throws
starts
his,
throwing the he throws the milkshake at the TV.
yeah, he throws that at the TV. One of my favorite parts was where the hunter has got him trapped in the woods,
Yeah.
and and he's acting, and Bigfoot's acting, well, Harry, I should say, he's acting all big and bad, and grabs a hold of his shirt, and the hunter actually kicks him in the nether region. And he just stands there for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden his eyes get big. He starts screaming, and he covers himself. And I laughed for 15 minutes with that one. But yeah, that was funny.
Oh, okay. You should buy it too. That's for the Ghostbusters Lego set, I think.
Yep, because I mean I know they got the Ecto one for the Lego set. And like I said, I believe they got the station and a couple other things.
It's like they're like making a whole bunch of stuff, aren't they, now?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's Lego's got so popular that my girlfriend's son has like video games based on Lego. He's got the Lego version of Batman.
Just Ashley says respect is a two-way street. Yeah,
Yeah, I completely agree.
and that was from Ashley.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm a kind of guy that likes peace. I'm the type of guy that likes respect, and anybody that talks to me, I'll show respect to.
Yeah.
So I mean, but if they don't show it back, that's when we have a problem.
Very true.
Yep. So, but I mean, we're all on one YouTube community, and we all like movies.
Mm-hmm.
Can't we all get along?
Yeah. The video making tomorrow. I'm going to do a top 10 of my top favorite US imports.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we want to spoil any of the titles I'm going to add to it? So you have to watch that for the video.
Well, I can't do any.
Sorry.
I can't do any imports because I have 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in 2 Blu-rays I got into the list, and all the rest to be DVD.
Mm-hmm.
But the titles are the ones I choose. I don't even yet know myself, so I'm gonna have to go through my collection tomorrow and choose them. But I think I'm gonna make a pretty good list. So I'm gonna make that video tomorrow.
Yeah.
I may edit tomorrow, depending on what the time is.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll definitely be up either Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes on.
Video to look forward to. And also, I'm going to do a top 3 because I got 3 TV shows from the States. So I'm going to do a top 3.
Yeah, and actually, after I get everything set up this week for my girlfriend and her son to move in, I will be doing the long process of updating my vinyl collection on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a long video itself. Well, I'm going to make it in parts like the others. So.
Are we going to still be able to do these shows when your girlfriend's moved in?
Yeah, we'll still be able to do the shows. I mean, because yeah, she has no problem with it.
Cool.
I mean, now the last one I was with might have, but
yeah, because that was when I think I remember seeing in the background of the demons. But demons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was a Christmas update I did where I featured them.
Well, I don't know. As I said last time, I think you're doing much better now. A different a different girlfriend that lets you do what you want to do.
Yeah,
and, I think that you're much better off now than you was.
Yes, I mean, I completely agree because, I mean, I didn't think so at the point when she left.
Hmm.
But, you know, there comes a time in every man's life, if something bad happens, you know, he's got to try to make the best of it. And I just sat there and, you know, I said to myself, you know, I found out, I should say, I didn't need her.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, back then, you know, I was devastated and hurt and everything else because of the lies she told me. But then I figured it out one day. I was like, oh man, you're much better off. And plus, you don't need her. You can have
And
fun. And
next month with your new girlfriend moving in, that's gonna be really better as well on you.
yep. And I mean, but yeah, I was like, I don't need that girl. I didn't call her a girl at that time. But I was like, I don't need her at all. And then, you know, next thing you know, I wasn't even looking for a girlfriend. That's when I found Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I found her on the horror group of Facebook and been together for 2 years now.
That's good that she's a good horror fan as well, though, as well. That's good.
Yep. I mean, well, the posters and stuff like that. I mean, she supports 100%. You know, thanks to her, a lot of the movie has been, you know, if it hadn't been for her, it wouldn't have got done as far as it has.
Actually, just put here that they need to do some Lego horror sets.
Yes, they do. I would actually buy those and put them together.
How
I'd
about
even,
Lego Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
oh, that'd be great. I'd sit here and I'd have a whole series in my playlist. Lego horror sets.
How about oh I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday 13th.
Yes, and Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, great movie.
Yep. Silence of the Lambs, and have a figure in there where it's interchangeable from male to female.
I like the two movies called Silence of the Lambs and also Hannibal. I didn't
Yes.
really think much of Red Dragon.
I liked I liked Red Dragon better than I did what was it, Hannibal Rising?
Okay.
I liked Red Dragon a lot more than I did that movie, but I mean, there was a old movie back in the 80s that come out called Manhunter or Mindhunter or something like that that was based on Red Dragon.
Hmm.
And I've seen both of those, and I do have to say Red Dragon's a lot better, although I do not like Edward Norton at all.
No.
And
I,
if you,
I've been meaning to buy a box set for a long time now. I might get it finally maybe next month because my sister always gives me a Amazon gift card, so maybe get this box set for that.
mm-hmm,
And so I think I might get the Psycho box set.
classic movies.
Hmm.
Absolutely love Psycho, but yeah, and I mean, as far as Silence of the Lambs go, my favorite is of course Silence of the Lambs, and a really wonderful book too.
You ever seen a slasher called Cherry Falls?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it though. I mean, because there were so many slasher movies coming out in late 1999 to 2000,
Yeah,
and they were all pretty dumb.
because way back, when I was hosting the geeky chats with Malcolm,
Hmm.
um, um, long time viewer on that show with the name of Miss NYC Sparkles, Kelly
Yeah,
used to watch,
yeah.
recommended the movie Cherry Falls.
Hmm.
He bought on Amazon and it came. I watched it and I enjoyed it, and that's why I mentioned it because I got it in my collection.
Yeah, and well, this one I'm going to mention to you. That's definitely one I would recommend if you're into the found footage movies.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend the St. Francisville Experiment.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I got a video of me unboxing it,
Yeah.
and it's a really great. I mean, because a lot of people didn't like it, but I was really a big fan of the Blair Witch Project when it came out because it was actually the first good scary movie to come out in years.
Yeah, the only found footage films I've got at the moment are the first two Paranormal Activities,
Hmm.
Blackwater Vampire.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Um, I think I've got more, but that's the ones I can think of right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you had one series that I really enjoyed is called the VHS.
Yeah. You just reminded me. I got the first the first two of those as well.
I like those. I'm a really big fan of VHS and a really big fan. Well, used to be a big fan of the Blair Witch Project because I was at the time we were led to believe that this really happened.
Mhm.
All over the posters and everything, this is true. This is what happened. They disappeared. But what really pissed me off was I was watching the MTV Movie Awards one night,
Mhm.
and they had the whole cast come out on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, okay, if this was true, why are they there? And I mean, it was a shock to everybody because, they come out and they wanted to start doing other movies. See, the thing that I understand was the producer of the Blair Witch Project hired these three actors, which was Heather Donahue, Michael something, I can't remember his name, and Joshua Leonard. They were going to hire three actors that didn't have any inspiration to act anymore after their first movie. They wanted to make one good, successful movie, and the Blair Witch Project was #1 for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
I think I saw that movie back in the cinema when it first came out.
Yep. And I mean, it came out, I was like 15 years old when it came
Mhm.
out. And we all went to see it. But the producers got really mad at the actors because after they made the Blair Witch, more people started contacting them and found out that they were really alive and it was just actors. And they started saying yes to do other movies. And the producer got really mad, and there was a lawsuit and all kinds of stuff because the producer had in his mind they were going to make the Blair Witch Project and never act again.
Do you think it makes it more scarier being found footage, like actually somebody with a camera, that makes it seem more real?
It depends. In my opinion, it depends on the situation.
Hmm.
I mean, that's like there's rumors going around that the next Friday the 13th film is going to be a found footage type film.
Okay.
And I really, 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 really disagree with that because that's just not a movie that you could do found footage on and make it be successful.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound it to be very good.
But I mean, that goes back all the way to me talking about Bigfoot earlier. A
Mhm.
found footage movie of Bigfoot, that's fine. Or the Jersey Devil or any other of the local legends.
Jersey Devil, that reminds me of the X-Files episode.
Yeah, well, it's actually a legend, local legend here in the States, in New Jersey, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
where Dominic lives. There's actually in the southern part of New Jersey, there's a bunch of pine trees, which they call the Pine Barrens. Kind of maybe put you in the mind of the Moors there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, it's nothing but woods and supposedly a creature with horse legs and a horse face and wings flies around and can kill you,
Sounds
apparently.
scary.
Yeah, so I mean, so that's one of the local legends. That's Jersey Devil. There's also right next to my state, Virginia. There's a legend called the Mothman.
I heard of it.
Yep, where he supposedly predicts future events, future disastrous events. That's the legend of the Mothman, and I think in Finland or Norway is the legend of the Owlman.
Do you believe in paranormal or supernatural stuff?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
because I mean I've experienced firsthand when I've went what's happened here recently, but um, when I first met my girlfriend Tammy, and I first went up there to visit, you remember the Niagara Falls video?
Yeah.
Well, that week or month or well, 2 weeks I was there, we also went to a place called I forget the name of it, but it was like a spiritual retreat. It was really relaxing and stuff like that. And there's a place where you could go and rent you a hotel room, and it was completely quiet. It was like a spiritual center and all this stuff where you could go and relax. So we went there one night, and they gave us a tour of the town.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the oldest buildings was the schoolhouse. So I took pictures of the schoolhouse. We come back, after our 2 days there was done, and we come back, and I started looking at the phone, at the pictures on my phone, and there's little faces in the
Oh,
windows.
that's weird.
Yep, there's pictures, there's images of little faces. I've caught orbs on my phone there, which is like a ball of energy floating around. And my girlfriend got the idea to get a close up of the orb, and inside the orb looks like a face.
Weird. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, I've experienced that firsthand, and here recently, when I went to the convention and everything back in April or no March. When I went in March, we went to a supposed really haunted place here in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The,
I think we mentioned you the is it the hospital?
yes,
Yeah.
it's the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, which was a tuberculosis center for years, and that's when tuberculosis they didn't have a cure for.
Mm-hmm.
So 63,000 people passed away at that hospital. And so, to keep the patient spirits up, instead of them hauling dead bodies back and forth through the rooms,
Yeah.
they built an underground tunnel and call it the death tunnel, which would constantly take bodies down to the railroad track in the 1800s to send them out to cemeteries. So I mean, there were 63,000 deaths there, and when you go into the building, you definitely get a feeling.
They should call out some real Ghostbusters to it.
Yep, I mean, because they say there's negative energy there and there's positive energy. The negative energy is what people call demons,
Yeah.
but we've looked at those pictures too and have seen shadows and looks like people standing way off in the distance. And because the building is kind of goes long ways and then kind of turns.
Yeah.
So you're at one end of the building, you can look over and see the other end of the building. So when we're in the first part of the building, we looked over, and my girlfriend was constantly taking pictures, and we got home and we seen faces in the windows. We seen it looks like a full-bodied person standing in the window and everything.
It sounds very interesting.
Yeah, and I mean I really got into
Was
it.
it scary for you? Like if you're actually there, you don't see it, but when you actually look at the pictures, was it kind of weird?
It wasn't really that scary because when I went in the building, it's just like the way I was talking about earlier. You know, even ghosts, you got to respect.
Yeah.
You don't go into a building that's supposedly haunted making fun of stuff.
No.
You don't make fun of it. You don't doubt it. You don't do none of that, because then the movies are right. There's been cases where people have went to haunted houses and have made fun of the spirits or whatever, and that spirit has attached to them, and they brought it home with them, and it's completely haunted their house and ruined their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, and people don't believe them, because everybody's like, ghost, yeah, whatever. But I mean, there's all this stuff that goes on that nobody has any explanation for. But yeah, you go into a haunted house or a haunted building with respect, and they'll leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, the reason that they probably showed up in the picture was they were probably standing there going, you know, hey, I'm still here.
You ever seen the Call Doodle on YouTube?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, he's in a movie called The Haunting at Whaley House.
Yeah. Now I've heard of Whaley House.
That was based on an actual house, scary house.
Hmm.
And have you ever heard of the film Unfriended? That's like another found footage film.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I know it's new. I'd like to see it, but unfortunately, I haven't seen it yet. But
What I will say is it's a different kind of found footage where it's entirely set around a computer screen.
really,
Yeah, so you've got things like Facebook, Skype,
hmm,
yeah, all different things like that on it.
yeah, and I mean, well, I can understand why they make a movie like that because I mean, usually they make movies on what's really, really popular. You
Yeah.
know, like nowadays, you know, people don't even talk on the phone hardly anymore. It's always on the computer.
Mhm.
You know, so
Uh, have you seen Blair Witch Project 2? That's from Ashley.
yes, I've seen Blair Witch Project 2, and I thought it absolutely was horrid.
I'm glad to have said, if you say that, I've not even seen it myself. So.
James, trust me, the best one was the first one,
Yeah.
and I mean, because the second one it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. The story was like thrown around like a ball through the whole film, and I mean, it's just jumping from character to character, and just a weird movie.
Alex says Manhunter is great. You ever seen that?
Yes, that's the one I was talking about. That was actually based on Red Dragon.
Okay.
Yep, that was the one that come out in the 80s.
I got the Psych DVD box set, James. It's awesome. Psych. You mean Psycho? Psycho, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's from Ashley. Oh, wait, the Psycho box set there was, I think I mentioned earlier.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause I think it's got
Or
like all four movies inside. The black
yep,
and white classic and then the sequels.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Am I
Which
right in thinking it's four movies?
I think there is 4 movies. Hang on, I'll tell you real quick. Pretty sure it's 4.
I mean, I've got the remake.
Mm-hmm. That's different. I do have to say. Yep. Let's see. There's 4 Psychos. The first 3 were theater released, and part 4 was a made-for-TV movie.
Mhm. That's kind of like with The Omen.
Mm-hmm.
The first three Omen films, and then you had the TV made one for the fourth one.
Which was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because yeah, and I mean, well, they were trying to do right because even in the Bible it says that the Antichrist, the son of Satan, will be, you know, a leader of some type. So they try to keep it like that and have him run for president. So
Yeah.
yeah, which it was okay movie, but I mean, my favorite one is the first one.
Hmm. Oh yeah, Patrick Troughton starred in that one. Who played the second Doctor?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, the second Doctor in Doctor Who. But that's during the time of 1960 something, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think in the movie he played the priest. Yeah, yeah, he played the priest.
Yeah, yeah, that got impaled.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep, because I mean that was the part that creeped me out. I mean, because he took a picture of the priest and they thought it was a photo defect,
Yeah.
and then you know it starts raining and everything, and he's running to get in this church, and he looks up. There's that big steeple, and I'm like, ooh, and then all of a sudden,
How can they? I mean, it looks real. Yeah, it's like just an effect, but it looks great.
Yes, and if you remember in the first Omen where the guy got his head cut off with a piece of glass,
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, I was like, that looked real.
What's the most realistic scene in the movie? You must have maybe thought of how did they even manage to do that?
Well, I do have to say here recently with the CGI stuff that the special effects are looking extremely real. And the most real scene I ever seen that looked like somebody actually dying was not even in a horror movie. It's in a movie called Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah.
Yep, because there's actually a scene. The first Kick-Ass has Nicolas Cage, Chloe Moretz,
Because that's the
and
movie you recently had, wasn't it? When you were
yeah,
yeah.
and Chloe Moretz and Nicolas Cage, and basically Nicolas Cage is an ex-cop that got put in prison for something he didn't do, so he's made it a point to go after the guy that's doing all this stuff. But him and his daughter are like superhero
Just
duo.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Boom. I'm back.
Welcome back, James, and you're gonna have to work on that. I used to work in a haunted house, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, it takes quite a bit to scare me anymore.
Yeah.
But
So,
anyway,
that was just a bit funny then, wasn't it?
yeah. But like I was saying,
where were we just then? Sorry.
we were talking about the most real image of somebody being killed on film.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I was saying, was Nicolas Cage and Chloe Grace play like a superhero team. And in one scene, they got like a mafia member in a car, and they use a car crusher on him. And they're crushing the car with him in the car, and it shows every bit of it, and it looked just so real, it was insane. I mean, because when the car was getting crushed, he was still moving inside the car.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man.
I mean, some scenes are really amazing how they're done, and it's like with some stuff, I like to think, do they have this in the special features to see how they did it?
Yeah, and I mean, it's like when a movie makes me stop and rewind it, they did pretty good on the special effect. And the special effects actually in the Green Inferno were really, really good.
Oh, I didn't know this. Ashley says there is an Omen TV series.
Yes, there is. Well, I don't think it's on the air anymore. It might be in the UK, but I remember it was aired here for a few, like a month or two.
All right, Mark.
But there's also a Psycho series. It's it's called The Bates Motel.
Oh, I think I heard of it.
Yep. Well, it's actually, I think it's on Netflix, but yeah, it's The Bates Motel. It's supposed to be when Norman was young with his mother and everything, and they were operating the motel. So.
Yeah, I think it's more of a recent show. Got some really good questions tonight.
Yes, we did.
So you can just give some of the unstarred ones. Ashley says there's 4 of them. Oh, what? 4 seasons?
Okay. I know it's been a while since I've seen them, but yeah, I remember them having the Omen series.
Ashley also says, have you seen Hush, Eugene?
I've got it on Netflix. I just need to watch it.
Mhm. And I got the Psycho Duty box set, James. It's awesome. I read that earlier.
Yep.
But yeah, it's shows based on movies. That's been like a thing going on, hasn't it, recently?
Yeah, that's been really popular. Also, there's a show that's really popular here called American Horror Story,
Yeah.
which I heard they're gonna try to basically base it on like a Masters of Horror deal.
Yeah,
Where
that's
they're
one of the shows I want to get. Actually, I might play one of those seasons next month.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got some pretty good shows on there. I mean, but well, with anything, there's some good ones, and then there's some that's just eh.
Have you seen the one called The Letter V?
I seen it a long time ago, and to tell you the truth, I don't remember any of it. It's been so long. The one that I remember is the Washingtons, I think, where it's supposed to be based on America's founding fathers were supposed to be cannibals.
Because the one I want about is that it's about a funeral home,
Yes.
and the vampire in it has no fangs, just
Yeah.
very yellow teeth.
Yeah, and there's also one called Unrest, which takes place in a morgue, and supposedly they used real dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one of the rumors going around. But yeah, that's I've seen quite a bit of of that series.
I
One,
think they only made 2 seasons, didn't they?
yeah, I think they made. Yeah, I think that was it. Was 2 seasons.
Because I know in America they got a really nice like skull head of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which I'm not real sure. I think that one's way up there in price now. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, but there's these box sets here that I will eventually get them all. But there's like you got volume 1 and 2 of season 1,
Mm-hmm.
and volume 1 and 2 of season 4. Sorry, volume 1 and 2 of season 2 as well. And there's like 4 box sets, but only 2 seasons.
Yep. Let's see. Okay.
Um,
Well,
it sounds like a pretty cool season. I might have to pick up one day. So
let's see. Okay. Here's the Masters of Horror season 2 box set with the skull.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of figured that it's currently unavailable.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see here, but they've got 2 box sets here. Masters of Horror season 1 box set volume 2 is $6 through the new and used sellers.
Yeah.
And Masters of Horror season 1 box set volume 1 is $13.32.
Yeah, that's the one. Is it like coloured box sets?
Yes, well, there's the skulls are different colored, and it looks like one box set is set in like stone, and the other one is like in a morgue in the backgrounds.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Masters of Horror season 1 box set that's like a complete box with the DVD cases, the plastic
But
DVD.
because with the Masters of Horror, because I never saw one episode of it.
Yeah.
By the box set. I think it'd be one of those shows I'd be happy to do a review of, maybe each episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely recommend it to you because I mean, there's a couple of them that I really enjoyed.
Because it's kind of in the way of like anthology stories, isn't it? Different episodes. Like it's kind of like the Are You Afraid of the Dark, Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah,
Sort of kind of story type of thing.
Yeah, well, the Masters of Horror, the reason it's called Masters of Horror is because they went and got
George Romero and Stephen King as well.
Yeah, they got George Romero, Stephen King, Tobe Hooper, Wes Craven.
Oh yeah.
David Coscarelli, who directed Phantasm.
Okay.
And Stuart Gordon. who directed Reanimator. But they got all these 80s, 70s, and 80s, director gods that made some of the most groundbreaking horror movies to ever come out to do these.
It's a shame they only
So,
did like just 2 seasons. It would have been good if they did more.
yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, they got directors from like George Romero, Stephen King, Wes Craven, Mick Garris, all those. So
I'll tell you, in one of the Tales from the Crypt, I own one whole season now with Tales from the Crypt,
mhm.
season 6, and there's an episode in that season called what was it called now? There's an episode where they go to Alaska. There's Alaska. There's like
Yeah,
Alaskan vampires.
yeah, which I know what you're talking about. I just ain't seen it in a long time.
Yeah. What's it called? I went and had the DVD and looked at it. I don't know what the episode was. But yeah, they go to Alaska and there's this woman on there that has her blood is sort of tainted or something, and the vampires can't drink her blood.
Yeah,
So she sort of owns the vampires, and she sort of gets them to the humans that can be fed off of.
yeah.
But that's kind of good episode. The guy in that one who plays, I guess, the army guy in it,
Hmm.
he was the one that played the vampire in the Masters Horror episode I was on about.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's also, I don't remember which season it was, but there's one episode of Tales from the Crypt called The Reluctant Vampire,
Yeah.
and it actually has Malcolm McDowell as the vampire.
All right.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any teeth. He has to get up, he gets up at night, raises up out of his coffin, and grabs a glass next to his bed that has his teeth.
It's like a comedy one.
Yeah, it's like a comedy one. But it's really cool done because his job, he's a night watchman at a blood bank.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've seen previews of that one. I'm gonna try and have a look at the see what season that is and try and get it.
I think it's season 3. I'm pretty sure it's either season 2 or season 3. I think it's season 3.
I think I saw the episode on YouTube a little while ago as well, just because I heard of it and I knew where to see it, so I watched it on there. But yeah, I remember him working at a blood bank.
Yep, yeah, he worked at a blood bank. He was a night watchman at a blood bank.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Didn't they one part in the movie that he was sort of in love with the woman that was working there?
yeah, he was
And his
actually.
sort of face went all funny because he didn't want to bite her, but he just sort of felt so hungry that he just wanted to.
Yep. So I mean, and after he falls in love with her, he's so scared, to bite anybody. So he starts going out and biting criminals and people that do bad stuff. Because he'd sit there at the blood bank and have his lunch.
Yeah.
He had a pet rat. Yeah. Yeah, but he actually had a pet rat, and he'd bring his rat to work with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he'd sit there and have his lunch from the blood bank, and then he'd go out and kill like a robber or whatever else, and refill.
Yeah, I remember he had to eat some of the blood in the blood bank.
Yep. So he had to replace that with robber's blood. So yeah, it was a pretty good episode, I thought. Robert Zemeckis did great on those episodes. I wish they'd bring them back with him doing them.
And there was also another episode with some English actor, I can't remember his name, but he played a werewolf in it.
Yeah, I know.
Episode.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of it. There's also an episode that Arnold Schwarzenegger directed.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger directed one. And also, that was the cool thing, was Tom Hanks even directed a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, any actor, they sit there and they would give him free reign because they called Arnold and said, yeah, we want you to be featured in Tales from the Crypt episode. Arnold went, yeah, that's fine. And then then he went on set from the stories I've heard, and he said, "Well, this is wrong. You need to do it this way." And Robert Zemeckis looked at him and said, "Hey, how about you direct it?"
That's how it happened.
Yep, that's the rest is history. So, and he did a good job.
It's a shame they never did 7 seasons of the actual Tales from the Crypt show, wasn't it? I mean, they did the movies, like Bordello of Blood and Demon Knight, and I think another movie as well. But
Yeah.
7 TV seasons there were, not any more than that.
Yeah, but I'm a really big fan of Demon Knight. Because I mean, it's it's got its horror spots, and it's also got the comedy too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Billy Zane acting like like Satan or Satan's right hand man or whatever, and some of the stuff dialogue he says in that movie, it's
But Bordello of Blood, you know that?
Yeah, Bordello of Blood, that's a good one. Although a lot of people judge me for this, I'm not a real big, huge fan of Corey Feldman.
I didn't think a lot of people was.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, it's just,
Didn't you say you met him once at a convention and it didn't go down very well or something?
A good friend of mine who I worked at the haunted house with met him.
Yeah.
And he wanted $100 just to shake his hand.
What?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of these celebrities, which I call them,
Well, just go like this with, and that.
Yeah. I mean, to go up and talk to him, he wanted $100, and he also wanted $100 for his signature on Goonie cards.
Best because never getting the signature of people who want so much money for it.
Well, okay, let's see how to explain. Okay, if you remember the Goonies, it had Corey Feldman, and I'm trying to think of the other guy. He played Sam in The Hobbit, or in Lord of the Rings. He was Elijah Wood's, buddy that come along with him on the journey with the ring.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Sean something. But anyway, they had played, in a movie together. Him and Corey Feldman happened to be a guest at the next convention a town over from me. Yeah. I didn't get to go. So, they sit there and they brought Sean and Corey Feldman there. And, since they were in the Goonies, my buddy got the idea to take the cards that he'd had since he was a kid. When the Goonies movie came out, Topps released collectible cards. Mm-hmm. That was the Goonies. And he took like a whole box. He had a whole box collected and took the box and just wanted them to sign the box. And they were going to charge him $150 a piece for each signature on that box. So altogether, he'd have paid $300 for 2 signatures. Mm-hmm. And I mean, but from what I understand, he's a real snobby guy. And I mean, I met Ted White because if you rewatch Friday the 13th, Corey Feldman's in one Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which is part 4. I talked to Ted White, who played Jason. The man's 90 years old now. But I talked to him back in March. Got his autograph, got pictures with him. Really, really nice guy, humble guy. He looked at me and I said, it's kind of weird that Corey Feldman's not here because they had like 4 or 5 people from part 4. And he said, I'm kind of glad he's not here. He's a little dickhead. Those exact words Ted White said. And this is the guy that played Jason. Mm-hmm. He said even when Corey Feldman was a kid, he walked around like he owned everything on the set, act like he was the best person on there. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there going, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a real big fan of Corey Feldman.
But there's one thing in Bordello of Blood that I think is just silly. It's like when vampires how they can't walk in daylight, they got to use suntan lotion in this movie.
Yeah.
Even sillier.
Yep, I mean, well, that's won't be long. They'll making vampire movies where, oh, I can't forget my sunglasses.
Yeah.
Because if they don't wear their sunglasses, they'll explode.
Let's see how we are with the comments here. A second. We've got some here. Hang on. There's People Under the Stairs, TV series in the works, Eugene.
That sounds interesting. Now, I do love People Under the Stairs, the movie.
That's that Stephen King movie.
It's actually a Wes Craven movie.
Okay.
Yeah, Wes Craven. That's one of Wes Craven's better movies.
This is about Scream Queens. It's pretty good. Actually,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. I think isn't that the one with Jamie Lee Curtis in it?
Yes, best I remember, because I mean, yes, I guess it's supposed to be like a reality type show.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure, but
And there's a new horror TV series called Slasher.
really. Well, James, you do know that the woman who gets killed in Psycho, the very first victim, is actually Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Really?
Yes, in real life, that's Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Ah,
So, you know, and that's what everybody was talking about. And it's like the apple don't fall far from the tree, because the first victim in Psycho was Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. I can't remember her name right off. But, and then, you know, fast forward to 18 years later, Jamie Lee Curtis' first movie she ever appeared in is Halloween.
mhm. Do you like parody movies, like taking the mick out of certain films?
I like some parody movies. A lot of them I think they overdo it with. You know, like the Scary Movie
Yeah. I mean, with
franchise.
that one, I saw the fifth one, and they take the mick out of Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, and that's also in part one, the whole thing is they're, you know, taking on Scream,
Hmm.
and there's a little bit, you know, echoes of the Blair Witch Project thrown in, and a couple others.
Oh yeah, the Blair Witch Project. But you can tell it's like a tube going up the woman's eye or nose or something. Because when she's crying, there's like taps of water coming down.
Yeah, yep, and I mean, that's the funny part, because there's actually a scene in Blair Witch where Heather is standing there with a camera, and it's completely disgusting, because she's standing there with the camera going, "I'm so sorry," and snot is running down her nose.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there going, "That's disgusting." Well, when Scary Movie came along, she was standing there with the camera going, "I'm so sorry," and it's like it's like splattering all over the camera. But yeah, that's where they made
I
fun
didn't.
of
I can't be ever the same again.
Yep, I know but that's how they were making fun of the Blair Witch. And I mean, plus another thing, it was kind of disgusting, is she blew a bubble out her nose.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember it.
Yeah, and she blew a bubble out her nose, and like this witch's hand comes up and pops it.
Do you remember the Michael Jackson scenes in scary movie films?
Oh yeah. Well, there's Michael Jackson scenes, and there's also a scene with Prince, who recently passed away.
Mm.
But yeah, I remember all those, because I mean, as a matter of fact, I think the best one that they released was Scary Movie 2.
Yeah.
And I recently actually, hang on just a second. This recently come in the mail the other day. So,
I didn't see you had that cool.
yep. So I've actually, me and my girlfriend both laughed our butts off at this movie, so we had to get it.
What's your particular favorite part in that?
My favorite part is probably, let me see, it's been so long since I've seen it. Probably the first one, the first part of the movie where they're making fun of the Exorcist.
Yeah. Well, was it James Woods?
Yes, it was James Woods. James Woods played the preacher, but I like the part where the girl comes downstairs and they're all sitting in there and singing, and she looks at him and goes, "You all suck," and then she starts peeing.
Ah, yeah.
And it raises like that far up above her feet, And, and her mother looks and goes, she's been really sick. Then she sticks her head in it and smacks her in the head with a newspaper, going, bad, bad, bad girl. So I thought that
What's
was,
that guy's name? The one with the funny hand in it?
oh yeah, I can't remember his name. Saved my life right now, but I
Because
do remember.
at the end of the movie, something happens where, oh, I don't know what it is, but one of them ends up in the air.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean,
That's one of the things I kind of really like. That's so funny that you see a car sort of passing by, somebody getting knocked up off their feet and like,
yeah, that's that in every scary movie. Somebody gets run over by that truck.
yeah.
Every scary movie it is. I mean, uh, but yeah, in the first one they were actually making fun of. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah,
Where,
another
where
one of my favorite films is that. Actually, I should have mentioned, but yeah, I do like. I do like the original. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think that one had Sarah Michelle Gellar in as well.
yeah, it had Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. Ryan Phillippe, I think's his name.
I think her now husband or husband for a while, Freddie Prinze Jr. is in it as well.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s in it, and well, yeah, and the guy that Ryan Phillippe was married to Reese Witherspoon for years.
Okay.
And but yeah, but you remember the part where Jennifer Love Hewitt gets out of the car and the camera gets a shot of her above, and she's screaming, "What are you waiting for, huh?" Well, they did the same thing in Scary Movie 1, but as soon as she goes, "What are you waiting for, huh?" she gets run over by the car. And that was the ending of the movie. I'm sitting there going, well,
Which is the one movie out of the Scary Movie series you laughed at much? You laughed at much, much more laughed
pro-
at completely.
probably the ones I thought that they did the worst on, that was probably the absolute horrible,
Yeah.
was the ones they had that had Charlie Sheen in them.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, but the ones where they're making fun of signs and all that stuff. I mean, they were all right. The best part of that movie was the aliens peeing out of their fingers, but that was about the best, funniest part of the movie.
Well, the bit where Leslie Nielsen says he does the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny though. I mean, because they was like, "Sir, he pees out of his fingers," and Leslie Nielsen goes, "Yeah, so I do too." I'm sitting there going, "Whatever, man. That's just nasty."
Leslie Nielsen, I think Leslie Nielsen's best appearance, this is me talking now, it was Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yep. I mean, well, he did good in that one. I always liked his Loaded Weapon movies.
Yeah.
I always liked him in those, but my favorite comedy actors would have to be probably the three main ones would be John Candy,
Hmm.
Steve Martin,
Yeah.
and Chevy Chase.
Hmm.
I mean, now, I mean, but back in the 90s, my favorite, which is absolutely horrible to think that he's gone now, is Robert Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because he was so funny.
Yeah,
I mean, because
he was in a
yeah,
lot of great movies. I mean,
yes,
he was in Mr. Doubtfire, he was in Hook.
yeah, he was in Hook.
Um,
He actually played Peter Pan in Hook,
yeah,
and a very, very sad movie. I mean, that was part of Robin Williams' great talent was he could play a comedian and he could also play serious.
yeah,
Because I mean, it's like Patch Adams, the movie Patch Adams, where he played a doctor, is based on a true story. I mean, he was playing a comedy role, but he was also serious at the same time.
Also, Jumanji was a classic. That was a good
Yep.
one.
Jumanji was a good one. And have you ever heard of the movie Jack that he was in?
Yeah, isn't that one where we had to play like a younger kid but in an adult body?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's another sad movie. I mean, yeah, it's funny through most of it, but he realizes, he see in the movie, Robin Williams is 10 years old. His character is 10 years old. So he sits
yeah,
down one day and he starts doing math, and one of the papers he's got to write. It's an essay that he has to write on what he wants to be when he grows up.
Mhm.
And he does the math and everything. And he says, what do I want to be when I grow up? Alive.
What about
Because
the
he
movie
knew.
Toys? Do you remember that one?
I barely do remember it. I remember that one wasn't one of his most best performances because, everybody else was going. Because I think Toys was released about the same time Mrs. Doubtfire was.
Okay.
And I think and of course Mrs. Doubtfire, made the cut on the big movies that he did.
I think there was talk about there being a sequel to that, but being talked about at the time when he died.
Yeah,
So that became a big no-no.
yeah, and that's what I'm sitting there thinking. I mean, if there's no way they could do another Mrs. Doubtfire without Robin Williams.
No, because he did the good. I mean, he did the good job.
Yeah, and I mean that's like so many people. That's well, I mean Chris Farley. I mean he passed away, but he based so much of his comedy on John Belushi and John Candy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing though. I mean, there's only one John Candy, there was only one John Belushi, and of course, there was only one Chris Farley.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
what about other comedy star like Jim Carrey?
I like Jim Carrey a lot. My brother probably see this, and I know he'll strongly disagree with me, but I can't stand Adam Sandler.
Okay.
I hate Adam Sandler movies. The only movie that I can tolerate him in was Little Nicky.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
I did like that one.
Yeah, that's about the only movie that I can tolerate him. I did like The Lone Star.
Where's Father's the Devil, and he has to send
Yeah.
Earth to do a mission or something.
Yeah, which I thought, but to me, he tries too hard to be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just me. I mean, there may be a lot of Adam Sandler fans out there that see this. I'm sorry, but I just don't like him.
Do you have The Mask?
Do I have The Mask? I used to have it on VHS.
Yeah, me too. I think I still got it on VHS. Do you like the film?
I thought out of Jim Carrey's work, it was probably his weakest.
Okay.
Because I thought that Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls was a very, very a lot more funnier.
Oh, not that scene. It's like the bit when he comes out of the robotic hippopotamus as a bat. And he ends up being naked.
Yeah, and they sit there and there's tourists going around and they actually look, and the mother goes, "Look, it's a mother rhinoceros giving birth
to a man."
Yeah, and Ace Ventura comes out. Jim Carrey comes out naked and he's making all kinds of weird noises and shaking all over. And the family, the tour guide is sitting in the front seat and the family's in the back seat. The father pats on the guy that's driving and goes, "Get us out of here!" Oh.
I also like the first one as well because there's a scene where he's with a dolphin, and he ends up in the tank that the dolphin's in.
Yeah.
And I think he ends up wading it or something.
He does something I can't remember. I mean, it's been so long since I watched him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought The Mask could have been a little bit better, but The Son of Mask was absolutely stupid.
I never even saw that one, and I think it's best I leave off that.
Yeah, I mean that movie, personally, I think was a waste of DVD discs.
Yeah.
Because it was just horrible.
How about Dumb and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber is pretty cool. And Dumb and Dumber 2. Dumb and Dumber 2 was not as good as Dumb and Dumber.
I love Dumb and Dumber, but I've not even seen Dumb and Dumber 2 yet.
Well, I mean, it's worth a watch, but it's not the best.
Have you seen it? You've seen it.
Yes, I actually watched it with my brother and sister-in-law when it first came out. They actually invited me over for dinner, and I went over there. We had dinner and watched Dumb and Dumber 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, the Dumb and Dumber 2 is nothing like the first Dumb and Dumber.
No. Mm. I'll just go and see how long I can have left, and I'll be right back.
All right.
I got about 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, at least we did a full show this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it was you had your dinner last week, didn't you? Was that nice?
Yes, that was very nice. And yeah, I forgot to show you this one. I don't know if you ever seen this one or not.
Lost Voyage.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of the new films?
Yep, that's well, my girlfriend Tammy, she actually bought it and had it sent here. And it's got Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club, who played the bully.
Yeah.
And also got Lance Henriksen, of course, from Pumpkinhead. So
it's like a vampire type movie, is it?
No, it's actually it's a movie that's based on this ship that suddenly reappears after like 100 years, and it just reappears on the ocean again. It's kind of like a haunted ship type deal.
It kind of reminds me of Ghost Ship, a movie called Ghost Ship.
Mm-hmm. Which Ghost Ship, I watched that here recently. That's a classic.
I got that on DVD upstairs. So that's a good one.
Yep, that's definitely a classic. And another movie I got this week.
Russell Crowe in Noah.
Yep. Not a bad movie. Kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pretty good movie. I mean, well, it's based on Noah's Ark, so I watched it and it's all right. I mean, it's kind of weird that they made the angels into monsters.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's because back, if you are familiar with the Bible, there was in the beginning created man and all this stuff. Well, angels were walking around with men back when the first Earth Age was. And so, and the women were having babies with the angels.
Right.
And so God said, we're going to destroy the earth because that's not supposed to be happening, because the women would bear babies that were giants. So, yeah, so they were like giant men and they were completely different. So God said, we're going to destroy the earth. So he sent angels down from heaven, and they basically made them monsters in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Do you like Macaulay Culkin movies?
I liked Home Alone.
Yeah.
I liked Home Alone 1 and 2, but that's about it with Macaulay Culkin. The Good Son was good.
I don't even know that.
It's got Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin in it, and this was right after he made Home Alone.
Okay, so it was when he was still a kid.
Yeah, when he was still a kid, and he plays a evil little dude in this movie. I mean, because Elijah Wood has just lost his mother. Dad takes him to his aunt and uncle's house that he's never met. Son, and Elijah Wood, Macaulay Culkin is their son. He like kills animals and causes car wrecks on a bridge. He makes a dummy and puts it over top of a bridge and throws it at oncoming cars and all kinds of stuff.
Is he acting still now, do you know?
I'm not real sure. I think they might have released it on DVD. But, Home Alone, Home Alone 2, and The Good Son are about the only three Macaulay Culkin movies that are really good.
He's only pretty much a good actor, like child actor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because the recent stuff he did, right after Home Alone, it was years later, though. Rich.
Yeah.
just god awful.
Is he going like drugs and that after?
Yeah, I mean he got really bad on drugs. I mean he looks like a homeless man now.
Yeah.
He's got long stringy hair down to his shoulders. It looks like he hasn't washed it in like 6 months. He's got all scrub full all over his face, and I mean he looks horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's amazing what child actors. I mean, well, he was good as a child actor, but after Home Alone, people just lost interest in him.
It's kind of like with Mara Wilson, isn't it? Who was in Miss Doubtfire, the youngest daughter, and Matilda.
Yep. Well, I mean,
or that Christmas movie, Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
They all stay like young kid actors, and then when they get older, like,
everybody loses interest.
She's now in her 30s or something, but she's not acting, I don't think, now.
Yeah, well, she did the smart thing after she did Miracle on 34th Street and Matilda. I think were her last 2 movies before she became a teenager.
Yeah.
Or she might have just become a teenager in Matilda. I think she did. But before she, grew up into, 15, 16 years old, she was having problems, getting acting roles. So she just quit, completely quit from movies altogether.
Who's your favorite childhood actors?
Oh, man. Give me a hard one there. Probably, let me think here.
I think this will be our last question as well, because we'll be done then, I think.
Probably, I can't remember his name. He's got a funny name. The kid that played in Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
And that was in Wes Craven's New Nightmares, Heather Langenkamp's son.
All right.
You know who I'm talking about?
The kid from Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what his name was, but I know who you mean.
Yeah, I liked him a lot, and I also liked the boy that played in Forrest Gump as Forrest Gump's son.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a lot of pretty cool movies.
Oh, we got some more questions here. This will be our last few questions before we have to go. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Right. From Ashley says Uncle Buck was good. Yeah, that was a good classic film.
That's a great movie.
John Candy was good in that, and Macaulay Culkin was good as well in that one.
Yep. But yeah, hey, here's a quarter. Have a rat gnaw that thing off your face.
And we have a question here from Malcolm.
Okay.
Saying May to December. Oh. Hey guys, looks like you guys got a busy chat today with some interesting comments. Lol. How you both doing? Well? Yeah, we're doing well.
We're doing well, and yeah, we had a couple of issues with comments, but like I've told James and Ashley, we all come in peace, and since we all like movies, we should all just get along.
We're here to have fun.
Yep, I think the past is past. Leave the past in the past and concentrate on the future.
Yeah.
In the words of Doc Brown.
We gotta go back to the future. One of those classic movies also that were, that are really good. Did you look into that Back to the Future box set, by the way, the Blu-ray?
Yes, as a matter of fact, and I told my girlfriend about it, and as soon as I told my girlfriend about it, she went on Amazon, found it, and she's got it on the wish list now.
That's good.
Yep, so
that's one of the other things that you might have coming to you at some point.
Yep, and the 2 box sets that I really like to get my hands on right now is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon series from the 80s, and the Back to the Future box set, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Okay then, I think this is it now today. Yes, it is. Do you want to say your goodbyes, Eugene, and then I'll end up.
Yep, hang on a second. I got to get something out of my box here to.
Oh yeah.
Finish it off, but yes, guys, make sure that if you're watching this, you love our content, make sure you subscribe to me and James, and our weekly chats will continue every Saturday, and give them a thumbs up.
Shoot that again, I love that.
So yeah, just be sure and give them a thumbs up, because my little now deformed zombie man that got his hand ripped off says he likes it. So
Oh, dear.
and as soon as James gets done laughing and catches his breath, he'll be able to tell you his goodbye.
Yeah, it's just the hand. It's so funny, and I like how it's just.
Good. Just
Anyway, guys, as Eugene just said, I think we'll be here again next week.
be
Yeah.
sure to like us, subscribe.
We're here for next week.
Yeah, we'll be here next week. I'll be here next week, and sometime next week also I'll be doing the vinyl update. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one.
All right, then, guys. Until next week. Goodbye. Hope you had a lot of fun, and take care for now. Bye, guys.